Hi, this is Rachelle at Scrapcraftastic, and I am back to work on our easy DIY traveler's notebooks. One of these is going in Happy Mail. We've already designed our covers or made our covers. We have made a couple of inserts for the notebooks, and we have made a double pocket folder without a template. So next, we are going to make a double envelope for our traveler's notebooks. So let's set those aside. I have two pieces of non-directional paper. I'm going to try and make these envelopes out of one 12 by 12 paper, and this is how I have calculated this for those of you who are interested in the numbers, because if you understand the numbers, then you can make folders. Like I mentioned, when we made the folders, you can make a folder or an envelope in this case for any size traveler's notebook. You may have to use multiple pieces of paper for larger size notebooks, but basically we're working with the same somewhat formula. So if you know the size of your inserts, that's a start. So we know that these inserts are 3.5 by 5. So we're going to make a double envelope. So we need something on either side, which means we need to double the width of our insert. So 3.5 and 3.5 is 7. Then I already decided that I want 1 1/4 inch flaps on the envelope. So I'm going to have to add 1 1/4 inch on either side. That's 2.5 inches. So now we're at 9.5 inches wide. Then I want to add additional space so that if I want my envelope to wrap around multiple inserts, it won't be shorter than everything else in the notebook as far as the width. So I'm going to add another 1/2 inch. So we were at 9.5, we're adding another 1/2 inch. Now we're at 10. So I know automatically that I need to cut my envelope width at 10. Now as far as the height, our insert is 5 inches in height. We're going to double that because we want to be able to fold the paper over like this, because we're not going to use multiple pieces of paper and glue them together. We're just going to use one piece of paper. So I'm going to fold it over like this. So that means I need another 5 inches. Then I'm going to need a flap to glue the folded over piece to. Flaps are usually 1/2 inch or bigger. 1/2 inch I think is a minimum. I wouldn't go much smaller than that. You can make them bigger, but we don't really need bigger. I usually stick to a 1/2 inch when I'm doing stuff for traveler's notebooks. Okay, so that gives us 5 and 5, and then we need another 1/2 inch. So we need 10.5 inches. So we need 10 inches wide, 10.5 inches tall. So let's trim the paper. And I hope that you got that. That's for the people that really want to figure it out. So that's how you do it. You kind of have to, you can even draw it out like I do, draw out what I want it to look like and figure out the measurements that way and just add everything together. So we are trimming at 10 inches here. Again, non-directional paper, so it doesn't matter which side gets trimmed where. And then we're going 10.5 inches on this side. Okay, so we're done with trimming for now. I'm gonna get my scoreboard out, and on the 10-inch side, let's get to the 10-inch side, because that's the side that's our width, remember. So we're gonna score at 1 1/4. Then we're going to score in the center at 5. Let me not use that. And then I'm going to come over 1 1/4 on the right hand side. So 1 1/4, 5, and in this case, what is that? 8 3/4. Okay. Again, 10-inch side up top. 1 1/4. 5, our center, and 8 3/4 or 1 1/4 on the other side. So that's our scoring as far as the beginnings of our envelope. Then we're going to turn to the 10 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch. That's going to be our flap, and you have to decide if you want your flap at the top or the bottom. That's up to you. Then we're going to score at 5 1/2. Ten 1/2 inch side up top. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and 5 1/2 inches. So that's it for the scoring. And I don't know if you can see that, but this is kind of what it looks like. You have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 boxes. Okay, so first off, let's score our flap, or fold our flap. Did I say score before too? So we're going to fold our flap, and then we're going to fold this over to meet it. This side away from the flap, the side that doesn't have the flap, is going to actually be the side that we use to close our envelope. So we can get rid of this box and this box, this box and this box. We don't need them. So let's get rid of them. Scissors. Now we're going to cut in the center of our score line, and then we're going to cut all of this off. And actually I'm going to go ahead and miter our flap just a little bit, cut it at a little angle, make a little triangle like that, and then cut as straight as I can. I'm not good at cutting with scissors like that, so it's going to fold over like that. This is our center. Let me go ahead and fold that. Fold all your fold everything. Your score marks. Okay, so I did not cut enough. I need to cut on the inside of this score line. So we're going to cut on the side that's facing the center. We're going to cut that, all of that score line off. I didn't do it right. Okay. Same on this side. We're going to cut on the inside of the score line, meaning the left side in this case of the score line. And then we're going to trim this as straight as possible. Okay, so this is the shape we have. You got your wings up here. You got your tab here. Now you can decide if you want to go this way or this way when you put it in your notebook. So this folds down like that, and then these fold over like this. So these will close your envelope, and then your envelope folds in half like this. So burnish everything down once you get all your cuts done. And I know my flaps are not perfect, but I can trim that up just a little bit. It's hanging over because I did not cut it properly. Okay, so I'm gonna round the corners of my flaps. So that's why I left them at as much of a right angle as possible. You could also cut them at an angle like this, but you wouldn't be able to round them if you do that. Not with a rounder like this anyway. So I'm going to round at 1/2 inch. And at this point you might want to consider what you're going to use as a closure. You could use Velcro. I'm not a fan of Velcro, but you could use it. You could make one of those banker style string things. I don't know what they're called, but you could do that. And I haven't tried to do that really. That might be interesting to do. Whatever closure you decide, make a decision before you seal it. Seal your envelope closed, because basically we're done. This is the envelope. All we have to do is glue this flap to this side and we're done. So anything else you do to it is just additional. And in this case, let's go ahead and do this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold all. Let's get these out of the way. Go ahead and fold all of my score lines again. And keep in mind, I've never done this way before, so just by figuring out the math, I figured out how to do it. Okay, so again, we don't need this little rectangular area and this long rectangular area. So I'm going to cut those out. Let's see if I can get this right this time. Okay. And I'm going to cut on the inside of the score. Oh, I didn't do my miter. Let me miter it. There we go. Then we're going to miter and cut on the inside of the score. Okay. So now this one is ready to go too. Oh, I folded that the wrong way. It needed to go this way. Actually, you could do it either way. But no, you can't. It needs to go this way. So let me burnish that. Okay, and around the corners. It's time for me to empty this. Why do I feel like that's crooked? But it's not. Okay. But it is puckering. Did I not cut enough off of this? Oh, I did not. Okay, so that one is ready to go. That one is ready to go. Okay, so even though I do not like Velcro, I'm rethinking this. I want to keep this simple with minimal tools. So to do the little bankers thing, you would need to have an eyelet setter and eyelets and all that. So we're going to skip that. We're just going to use plain old basic Velcro that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so Dollar Tree has the Crafters Square brand. They're called fastener dots. It's 20 pairs for $1. I don't know if that's a good deal or what, but let's do this. So since we're going to use the Velcro, we can go ahead and close up our envelope. And I'm choosing to put the flap at the bottom. I think that makes the most sense. So that's how that's going to go. So I'm going to put the glue on this side of the flap. And I did not miter that edge. Let me do it real quick. I don't know what I'm going through. Forgot to miter it. And then we're just going to fold that over. Okay. Do the same thing on this one. everything's mitered. Fold it over and seal it up. So now you got your envelope. Now let's put the closures on. And one thing I learned with the Velcro, you do not want to put it too close to the edge of whatever you're Velcroing down. You kind of want to put it towards the center. So, and these already have adhesive on them, but I think I'm going to put the fuzzy side on the flap, but I'm going to add some glue to it just to be on the safe side. And let's use our mat to kind of line things up. Find the center. And then I'll put the other one on top, like so. Put a little glue on it, just a little. And, well, that turned out to be more than a little. Press it down. You have to be careful because the wet glue needs time to dry, but I just want to make sure that it sticks. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Put the fuzzy one on the flap. I don't know if it matters, but it just seems like that makes sense to me to put the fuzzy one on the flap. They're very sticky, so I probably don't need glue, and the glue might be degrading the quality of the adhesive that's already on here. I don't know. But just in case, a couple of dots of glue and press that down. Okay, so that one's done. Let's do this one. Oops. Okay, so that's it. The envelopes are done. Of course, you can embellish them, decorate them however you choose, but let's pop these in. So this one is going in my Happy Mail version, and I think I'm going to, where is our other elastic? It's in the back. Yeah, I'm going to put the envelope in the back. That creates a little bit of bulk, but not too much. Okay, then this one is gonna go in here. I really need to put something on the front to signal when it's upside down and when it's not. Actually, this is upside down. So I put that in upside down in the previous video. So this is going in the back. Like that. So this is where we are. This is what they look like. So we have the envelope in there. We have 2 inserts and we have a folder. And we're still have room to build these out. This is what the spines are looking like. This is the one that I scored. This is the one that was not scored. So that is it. That's how you can make your own double envelope for a traveler's notebook. Of course, it can be a little more complicated, like I mentioned, for larger sizes, because for the larger sizes you would need multiple pieces of paper. But for the smaller sizes, you can do that with one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Be sure to check the community tab and my stories for updates throughout the week. Also, check us out over at patreon.com/Scrapcraftastic for exclusive content and digital downloads. Visit my other channel, Journal Life's Journey, for craft videos and junk journals. You can find me across social media at Scrapcraftastic. Visit my website and shop at Scrapcraftastic.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.